Very good evening, all of you. Hope you all are doing well. Let's start with today's session. Now, in today's session, one more widget, one more UI component, your visual element we are going to take, that is frame. Like in the past session, we discussed about button, then checkbox, entry widget, label. Similarly, few more widgets are remaining. One more, that is frame, we will discuss. Okay, so frame is acting like a container. It is used for creating internal compartments in your main UI. Like in your main window, if you want to do grouping of different widgets, internal compartments, like different widgets you want to put it into one compartment. Then some other widgets you want to put it in another container, so that you can put it with the help of frame. Frame just acts like a container, getting, and within that container you can add your widgets. It is just for designing purpose, just to make your design more systematic. Like in your design, you want to create group of different widgets, and that groups you can create it with the help of frame. Okay. Now, how to create these frames and then how to add them all one by one we will learn. It is just like a main window only. As you have main window, main window is the object of TK, isn't it? We create a main window as the object of TK class, and then we add our widgets in that main window, isn't it? We set the title, geometry, and then our main window gets created with a title and all, and then we add items in it. So as you have a main window as a container, this frame is also like a container, but it's not a main window. It is put within your main window. So within the window, it is also a container. Getting? And in that container, again, you will add different UI components. Your different widgets, you'll put it into that frame. Again, different widgets, you'll put it into the frame. And then that frames, you'll put it into main window. In the main window, you will add frames. Within frames, you will add different widgets. So it is just for internal compartment or making your design more structured or in more organized way. You can use frame. Okay? So the frame widget in Tkinter is used as a container. Like your main window is a container. This frame is also a container. Only difference is frame is not directly the top level container. Your top level container is the main window, which is the object of TK class. Within that main window, you will create frame widget. Get it? So it is used as a container to organize and group other widgets. Other widgets like labels, buttons, checkbox, radio button, entry box, so many things. Okay. It helps to create a structured and well organized GUI. Okay, like suppose I want to create my complete data entry screen for accepting employee information, right? So here I'm going to accept name, a name, and then entry widget, then department, then again an entry widget, then salary, again an entry widget. Now this whole thing I'll put it into one frame. Okay, it you can give a border also to it. A border can be given. If you want a title to this, here you can give a title as well. And then I want to do different operations like saving a record, then delete a record or edit record. So for that, different buttons I want. Update, close, view, search, such buttons are there. So that buttons I'll put it in another frame this way. So all these buttons are put in one frame. All these labels and entry box in one frame. And then these two frames, I'll put it in my main window. So it is making your UI more structured, more well organized. Getting? So for that, it is used. Now, how to create a frame widget? By creating an object of class frame. Frame is a class, remember. So you have to create an object of frame class, pass the parent. Now, who is going to be parent for frame? Your main window. The main window is the parent for frame. And whatever widgets you'll create and you'll add in this frame, for those widgets, frame will be the parent. Like one frame I created in that three label, three text box. So for all of them, frame will be the parent. Getting? Then again, that 656 buttons that I'll put it in second frame. So for those 5, 6 buttons, the second frame will be the parent. Okay. So you have to give the parent and then the options. Options like what border you want, border style. Different border styles are there. Then the border width, then the background color. Okay. All those standard options are there that we will learn. So background color BG you can give. Then the width and the height of the frame you can set. Okay, set the size of the frame. Then the border width, which you can give by BD also, or border width, or only BD. Then the border style you want, that is by relief. Different border styles are there. Flat, raise, sunken, ridge, groove, solid. You can check. You can check different you give and then test it. Then internal spacing you want within that frame. Now this frame is created. Then from inside, how much space is to be left? Getting from top, how much? And from left and right, how much space? So this will be called as pad X and this is pad Y. So pad X, pad Y, internal spacing. Okay, so these are general standard options. One example we will do. The outline, I first show you what we want. See, something like this we want. We will not handle the buttons and all now. We will handle all this when we will later see database connectivity in this. Here also you can do. We have done database connectivity concept, right? In Python database connectivity, all that only. And we should collect all these values and store in the database on the save button. Getting different database interactions you can do. Now we are learning frame, therefore I'm just creating a UI for this. Okay? So ultimately we want this way. The UI should be like this, right? So now how to do all these things? One by one we will see. See, here the relief style is groove. So as it is groove, you can see the outline is different. If you give sunken, it will be pressed inside. Getting? So different rays, it is popped out. Different styles are there. You can try it. I'll show you this application. Tkinter demo 10. I'll take. Okay. Then some initial part is same. So that we will copy it from somewhere. Now the initial part like importing this library, then creating our main window. Okay. The main window is created. You can give title to it. as employee management system. ठीक है? Now what we'll do is we will create two frames. First frame I'll create. I'll call it as frame one, tk dot frame. It's an object of class frame. Who is the parent for it? Root. Root is the parent. ठीक है? Then you want to set its background color, border width, like suppose border width 2 I want to give, relief up to you, grooves suppose you want to give. ठीक है? Internal padding you want to give, like suppose 10 I give. Okay? Now frame is created, but within that frame we want to add some label widgets and entry widgets. Is it? So one by one label. Like first label I'll create for name, tk.label. Its parent is going to be frame one. For that label, frame one is going to be the parent. Okay? Text you can give name. Okay? Something more you want to give font and all, you can decide. For time being, I'm not giving. Another label for department, tk.label, frame one, text equal to department. Then for salary, I'll take text equal to salary. Okay, these are three labels. Then three entry widgets we will do. So text name, tk dot entry. Parent is F1 only. Width, if you want to give character width, like 20 characters. Text department, tk dot entry. F1 only is the parent. Width 20 I'll give. Last is salary. Okay. Now what we have done is we have created this six widgets, three label and three entry field. And these six are added in frame one, but we have not set their layout. The layout geometry manager is not decided. Without geometry manager, they are not going to become visible. Getting? So only the frame is created. These six widgets are created. These six widgets are added in the frame also, but the layout manager is not yet decided. So we have to set the layout manager. Okay. So for them, what I'll do is I'll take grid layout. So I'll give like this LBL name dot grid row equal to 0, column equal to 0. Txt name dot grid row equal to 0 only, column equal to 1. Okay, as per this. And suppose you want this title label also over here, employee information. So you can add one more that as well. Okay, so if you want that also, so one more label I have to create, LBL title, tk dot label. Its parent is again frame one. Text you can give employee information. Its font you can set, like suppose I'm setting Arial 15, bold. Okay. And this I can place in row 0, column 0, and call span I can give 2. means it is going to take the space of two columns. Then in row 1, column 0, I'll put LBL name. And this is LBL title. Okay? Now txt name dot grid row 0, sorry, row 1, column 1. Here I forgot to write column 0. Row 1, column 0, row 1, column 1. Again, the other two, LBL department and txt department. They will be in row 2. And last, LBL department is done. Last is salary. Okay, that I'll add in row 2, row 2, column 0, column. Now with this, what has happened? One frame created, then one title label, then three labels, three entry widgets. Then we added them, their geometry manager in the grid form. Now create second frame, frame 2, tk.frame. Its parent is root. That's all. Here also, if you want to give border width to, then the relief as you want, raised you want, ridge you want, solid, sunken. It's up to you. Suppose I'm taking groove only. Okay? Then I'll create some buttons. So first button is supposed for save. Okay. So tk dot button. Its parent is frame 2. Its text will be save, suppose. This way, few more buttons I'll create, like for delete, for update, for search, for view all. Getting? Now some 5 buttons or close I'm giving. So first is add, next is delete, next is update, next is search. Suppose one button I want to give it for view all. Okay. And last I'll give for exit or close. Okay. I'll give labels to them. Right? Now, these 6 buttons are also added in second frame. They're added in the second frame, but yet they will not be visible till you don't set their geometry manager. So, जब तक इसका geometry manager नहीं set करोगे, till you don't set the geometry manager, they won't be visible. So here also I'll set the geometry manager, suppose as grid layout only. In one row only I'll put. Okay, so btn save dot grid row 0, column 0. Okay, all other second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. In row 0 only, column 1, column 2, column 3, column 4, column 5. I'll just change these buttons. Save, then delete, update, search, view all, exit. Okay? Now this way, their layout is also set. But again, these two frames, frame 1 and frame 2, which are in your main window, these frames won't be visible in the main window till you don't set the layout manager of the frame. So now you have to set the layout manager of frame. So what I'll do is I'll keep that frames one below another. So I'll use pack method. Okay. So F1 dot pack, and I hope you know it. When it is pack, it will just stick to the top. Will it stick to the top? Yes. By default, the side is top. Only padding if you want to give, pad Y I'll give from top little space I'll keep, suppose 20. And you want it should be stretched, means it should occupy the whole X direction. Getting? So you can give fill which direction? X direction. Means it will fill it in X direction. But when you want to fill it in both direction, then you have to give expand equal to true. If you remember this, all things I have taught you. Okay? And then F2 dot pack. And for this, if I don't give anything, will it just get stick immediately below this? It will be stick just below this as it is stick to the top. Below that only F2 will come. Getting? Again, there if you want some spacing, you can give pad Y 20. And here also you want it should expand in the whole X direction. You can give fill equal to X. Getting? And then we will enter into the main loop. Okay, that's all. Now you can try this Tkinter 10. See. Now here what I did, I created expand X. So it is stretched in both the direction. One mistake for these labels also, I guess. Okay. Title is okay. Here, see, here mistake. Row 3, I think. And for this, there is no need to do fill. And here we can change the size little bit more. Then the padding also you can give. Okay, can you see now? That 400 went wrong. 400 here it should be. And height should be 300. Okay? Here also the alignment and all that you can set. You want that alignment at the center. Then the spacing you can give. Getting guys? Padding you can give. Can you see the outline is there? Internal padding is there. Okay? So here if I give padding, see here, pad X 5 and pad Y 5. It is up to you how you make use of the facilities which are provided. See, can you see? Is there a spacing between them? And that frame spacing we didn't give na, here. Like for this frame, as I gave for this frame, pad X, pad Y, that I didn't give to this frame. To this frame also, if I give pad X 10, pad Y 10, see, can you see? There's the outline here. Here also you can set padding. See, now can you see the spacing has come besides it? Okay, so this way you can design a complete UI. Now, for time being, suppose only on click of exit, the application should stop. Okay, so can you register it for some event like this? Command equal to and some function, whatever function, like I'm writing close. So you can define and keep that function, def close. And in that, what I'll do, tk.destroy, tk.destroy, root.destroy. There is a method called destroy, but destroy is the method of that tk class. And who is the object of tk class? Root. Therefore, I am writing root.destroy. See. So whenever you click on that button, you have given command equal to close. So it will give call to function, callback function. It's a callback function. Callback means you're understanding. No? We are just giving the reference. We are not calling it. It is going to get called implicitly. Getting? So whenever you click on it, you have given already command equal to close. It will give call to close, and whatever is the logic in it will get executed. So what is the logic? Root dot destroy. It is destroying your application. Can you see the application is closed? Same way for other buttons also we can handle. Means in this program only we can do database connectivity and all. Okay. But for time being, just I wanted to show you about. Here I took only 5 options. Actual program when I did, I showed one more option over here. Okay. Alignment you can set of that labels. You can see, all that labels which we created. Here we have one option called align. Align option is there. I think it is there. As it is coming in the alignment is coming in center. Correct? The alignment is by default coming in the center. If you want it in the left side, right side, you can do it. How to set alignment of text in label widget in Tkinter. See, justify. That's what I was recalling. We have done it. When I took this label widget in the options list, I'm sure I've given that justify. So you can use that justify. Like justify left you can keep. Justify left. Okay? And for the title, if you want justify center, you can keep center. Okay? So this way you can make design, and I hope you understood the concept of it didn't get applied out. This is not applied. I did it at the wrong place. No, it will come when you set its width. When we set, let's check. We'll make its width also some characters. Straight is coming center. Actually, I want it left side. Still, the justification is coming left on. ठीक है, I'll check why it doesn't work. Or you have to give this anchor alignment while packing. Let's see, justify doesn't work. Okay. Now this has come little bit center. Yes. Let's see with this. Anchor, but anchor which side you want? Top center, center right, center left, west, suppose I give. Mainly like if it is applicable for that or no, that we have to see. Now it's working. Can you see? It has come to the west side. If you want to the west side, then give W. So different directions are there. Like west side, if you want, then W. You can check different values are there. Exactly center, then give center. Top left, if you want, top left, top left. This corner, if you want, then NW. Center left, vertically center, horizontally left, then write W. So different directions are there that you can try. Okay? Later, you have to connect this to the database also. Connect with the database, then collect all these values, then create an insert query and put the values in MySQL. When you click on save, when you click on search, then it should ask you for the ID. And if ID is found, then that value should be displayed here. Getting? We will do that also, don't worry. Meantime, we will just move to the next widget. Okay. The next widget is radio button. Now till here it is clear, Murugan, frame and all. You can use frame in different ways. This was one example I showed you. This was just one example. It can be according to your requirement. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Next,
So
we have to
yesterday,
see.
yesterday, what are the widgets you have taken, sir? I'm
Yesterday we
not.
didn't took anything because you only didn't come and no one joined.
Okay, okay, sir.
I
Sorry
was
to.
waiting till 7:30. No one joined. Then I only
Okay,
disconnected.
sir. Okay. Sorry,
Next
actually,
widget we are
yesterday I
going to.
went to hospital, so that's the reason I'm not able to
Okay,
attend.
okay.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
Nay, I thought only there must be some problem from Morgan's side because you generally attend every day and the others didn't attend.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah. Mm.
Next widget we are going to learn, that is radio button. Now don't confuse with radio button and check boxes. Okay? Check boxes gives you a list of choices, but in that you can select zero or all. Checkbox give just a square and then a label beside it. Square and then besides there a label. And you can select it, the tick mark come. If you again deselect it, the tick mark goes. It is generally a list of choices from which you can select zero choice or all choice. Zero or all. Is you can select ones, two, all. Radio button is not like that. Radio button gives a list of choices, but from which you have to select exactly one. Getting? So whenever you get radio button, you get circle like this. It is like the button on a radio. Getting? So you'll get a circle besides every label, and all they act in a group. Always remember, they will act like a group. Okay. And it is mutually exclusive. Whatever X, Y, Z, W. These are the labels. They are mutually exclusive, meaning only one will be selected from this whole group. Whenever you try to select anyone else, automatic the previous selection will go. The previous selected will get deselected and the new one will get selected. That is what it is called mutually exclusive. Means within the group, only one element can be selected. Getting? Now you'll say if I want to create two groups, you can. Okay, but then how these four will act as a separate group and this four as separate. Means in my window, I've created 8 radio buttons, but I want these four should be in one group. Means any one from this four should be selected, and these four is in another. Any one from this four. Okay, so in that case, how to do? So the variable for this four should be same, and the variable for this should be same. Getting? And that variable contains the value of the selected item. If you remember in checkbox also we created the variable of type int var or string var, depending on what value you have set. Getting? So you can create a variable of string var or int var. In checkbox we have done it. Clear? Okay. So for all this four, the variable is same. For all this four, the variable is same. Values you can keep different. Means for this, like if X is selected, value is 5. If Y is selected, value is 10. If Z is selected, value is 7. If W is selected, value is 9. Correct? So value I have given when I create these radio buttons. So to each radio button, I'm going to give value equal to 5, value equal to 10. Okay. And variable equal to that int variable or string variable, depending on the values. If the values are integers, use int val. If the values are string, use string var. Okay. Now what happens is whenever you click that radio button, its corresponding value will be copied in that variable. Whichever radio button you select, its value will be copied in the variable. And then what has come in that variable, you check it by using its get method. There is a get method for this class int var. So if that get method returns 7, means you have clicked on Z. If that get method returns 5, means you have clicked on X. If that get method returns 10, means you have clicked on Y. Understanding? So whole communication is through that variable. And that variable, that int var variable, that object you have to pass when you are creating these radio buttons. Okay. So radio button widget, generally it is not used single. Alone it is not used. You have to create many radio buttons and create a group of them and use it like a group. Only creating one radio button is of no meaning. Correct? So radio button is for what? For providing list of options. You'll give the list of choices or list of options to the user, and from which user can select exactly one option. Only one option you are allowed to select from it. Whichever option you select, there will be a dark dot within that circle. Whichever option is selected, there will be a dark dot in that circle. And the moment you select any other option, inside that radio button circle, there will be a dark, and the previous one will get deselected automatically. Correct? That is the speciality of radio button. Okay. Now, how to create it and then how to bind them into one group. Just now I have told you. How can you bind all the radio button in one group? Create the same variable. You'll create some variable of type what? Int var class. You know that in Python, object of any class is created just by writing class name round bracket. A copy create, no new concept, no new keyword is there, just class name round bracket. Object of this class created, constructor called reference come here. And this variable only you give to variable equal to for all the radio button. So if you create four radio button and for all same variable you are giving, means that all four are into one group. Getting? That is the speciality. See, the radio button widget in Tkinter is used to create a set of options where the user can select only one option at a time, which I told you. It gives you a list of options, but from that list of options, user is allowed to pick only one. Getting? The moment user selects any one, the previous selected will get deselected. Previous one will get deselected, the newer one gets selected. And with every radio button label, there is a circle, and the selected one will have a dark dot inside it. Okay? All radio buttons in the same group share same variable. I told you. And what will get copied in that variable? The value of that radio button. Like I've created four radio buttons. And while creating, I've given them values, different value. So which radio button you have selected, its value will be copied in that variable. And based on that, we can identify which radio button is clicked. Getting? Okay. So how to create that radio button? Create an object of class radio button. Radio button is a class in this Tkinter library. We have given an alias name no, to the Tkinter as TK. Parent and then the options. Standard options are there like foreground color, text, what text you want as a label. Then important two are there, two important options, the variable name and the value. Which radio button you select, its value will be copied in that variable. Okay, see here. Text, which will act as the label, text displayed besides the radio button, then the variable. Okay, please remember this variable is the variable of class int var or string var or boolean var. Different classes are provided by your Tkinter library. You have to create a variable of any of that class. And that variable you have to give to this option. Okay? Then the value what you want to set. And that value will be copied in this variable whenever the radio button is selected. Okay? So whichever radio button is selected, its value is copied in that variable. Okay, guys? Then command equal to, give the name of the function. Just give the name of the function. Means you're just giving the reference. You're not calling the function. It's a callback function. That function will be invoked whenever you click on that radio button. See, function executed when selection changed. Then if you want to set the font, foreground and background color, that standard options are there, which you can use. Main are this one, variable and the value and the command and the text, which is to be displayed besides that radio button. Okay, just as an example, I'll show you. Will we will code is only for your reference. Mainly you check this thing, the output. Output we want like that. Here, one title will give one label as the title. Select your mood. Then three radio buttons. One for happy, one for neutral, one for sad. And on whichever radio I click, that image should be made visible. Means actually here I'm going to create a label and we are going to change the image of that label. Runtime. Runtime, we will change the image of that label. Understanding, guys? And when the image of that label will change on the click of that radio button. ठीक है? Okay, see, one by one I'll tell you. Instead of seeing the code, we can do it. Last time I've shown you how to load image. In one example I've shown, in labeling example only. I think, yes, see this one only. Ninth example. In ninth example, we have seen, see, tk dot photo image. Photo image is directly a class in your Tkinter library. Okay, give the name of the file, it will load it, you'll get a object. Okay, I'll show you. And if you want to resize it, then that subsample is there. 2, 2, it will become half. Huh? Point 0.5, point 0.5 if you give, it will make it double.
Sir, that
Resizing.
PNG file we will keep it in some folder. That image files
I have
or
kept it in the same folder only. If you want, you can keep it in separate folder. If you keep it in separate folder, then give the path.
okay.
As I've kept it in the same folder. See, in the same folder only, I have this file happy.png, neutral.png, and I think this stat.png. Okay? I'll show you this code. Tkinter demo 11. Okay? Import Tkinter as tk suppose. Then we will create one parent window, tk.tk, root.title, radio button demo. Then its geometry will take 300 by 300. This is done. Then what we'll do is we'll create one main label. Okay? That main label we want to create. That is title label. So title, which is tk.label. Its parent is root only. Text we can give. Select your mode. Okay. Then font you can give. Like suppose I'm giving Arial 25, bold. Okay. Then anchor if you want to give anchor center. Okay, that main label is done. Then we need three radio button. But for all that three radio button, we need a common for that three radio button. We need what? A common variable. So I have to create a variable, radio button variable, RB which is of type int var. Okay? And default its value I'll set to 1. Okay? Now I'll create three radio buttons. RB, suppose first I'll take sad, tk dot radio button. Its parent is also root. Will it do? Okay, but I want it in horizontal form. So what you can do in this case also, you can take one frame and add it in the frame as we did it label. So for this also you create one frame f equal to tk dot frame. Its parent is root. Okay. Then border width, if you want to give, you can give. Then relief style you can keep. Raised, rage, solid, sunken. Raised, suppose we'll take. Then padding you can give pad X 10, pad Y 10, like that. Okay, this is the main title. That we will put it in the main window. Therefore, parent is root. Then frame also in the main window. Therefore, its parent is root. And then the radio buttons which I'll create, their parent will be frame. Okay. Text will be sad, or we'll start with happy. I'll take it as happy. Okay. Right? Its font, if you want to set, you can do. It's your choice. No, but here very important thing, that is variable. Variable will be that RB where, and the value I'm keeping 1. Meaning whenever user clicks on happy radio button, value is 1, and that 1 will get copied in this RB where, that RB where. If you click on second radio button, its value is 2. 2 will get copied in this RB where. So whichever radio button you click, its value is getting copied in this variable. Getting? Again, RB neutral tk dot radio button. Its parent is this text neutral variable same. When you give same variable, then only they will go into a group. When a group will be formed, when the variable is same, value equal to 2 I'm giving. Values are different. See here, values are different, but the variable is same. So second radio button you click, value 2 will be copied in that variable. And last is sad, suppose tk dot radio button. Its parent is also frame. Then text is sad. Okay. Variable same RB where. Value different. Value 3 I take. Okay. Now these 3 radio buttons I have to put into this frame. But one thing we haven't done yet, we will do it later. Okay. That we have not attached event handling function. Whenever I click on the radio button, the function should get called. No? So command equal to name of the function that I haven't given. Okay, that will do it. First, we will just create a UI, right? So these 3 radio buttons I've added in the frame, but the layout is not decided. That is their geometry manager. So I'll put all the 3 in grid layout in the grid form. So RB happy dot grid row 0 column 0. RB neutral dot grid row 0 only column 1, and RB sad dot grid row 0 column 2. Okay, they added here also. The Paddings you can give pad X 5, pad Y 5, or some more if you want. Done. Now these three radio buttons are added in that frame. Then one separate label is there. And one more label we have to create in which we are going to display the image. Okay. So I'll call that as LBL image. tk.label. Okay. Its parent is root. That's all. Nothing else I'm adding in it currently. At this moment, I'm not adding anything. Later, you're going to set the image over there. Okay. Now, finally, what we have to do, this image, this frame, and this title. All these three things in the main window you have to place. They are added in the main window, no doubt. But their layout manager also is not set. Geometry manager. That we will place it in pack. Suppose pack technique I'll use. So LBL title dot pack. Automatic side is top only. That is by default. So you can just set pad Y some 20 and fill if you want to do it in complete X direction. Okay. Then comes frame f dot pack. There also padding I'll give pad Y 20. Okay. And that too, if you want to expand it in the complete X direction, you can, or if you want to keep it as it is. And then f dot, sorry, last LBL image dot pack. Okay. And there also pad Y I'm giving 20. Okay. tk dot main. Now main work we haven't done. Handling events. So how to handle events that I'll tell you. But before that, just check the design. Previous program I didn't close, I guess. See, can you see the design? It depends on the width of your main window. Little bit more width and give. Width. Okay, select your mode. Now here I have given raised, therefore it is coming up. Can you see? And I didn't give over here when that f dot pack, only pad y we have given. We didn't give fill or anything. Therefore, it is taking only as much space as needed. If I give fill equal to x, then this whole will be expanded till the end. And here one third label is there. The moment I click, the image should change. I click, the image should change. Isn't it? So for that, what to do? First, what you have to do is load and keep all the three images. That if you do it in the beginning also doesn't matter. Before whole design, you can do it. See here, like image sad equal to tk dot photo image file equal to sad dot png dot. If you want it to be sampled or you want to keep it at the same size, it's up to you. So image sad is sad. Okay. Image neutral photo image. This photo image is a class which will read that file from the disk and load it into that object. And then that object, you are going to render it on the screen. How the transfer technique is. Neutral.png and then image sad, neutral, and last is happy if I take. happy.png. Now only images are loaded, but these images you have to set to that third label depending on which radio button you have clicked. So for that, you have to attach handler, event handler, and that you do it by command equal to, and I'll give one function named show. We haven't written it, we are going to write it. Remember, show is not called only you're giving the name of it. You're just giving the reference of your function. You are giving just reference of the function. You're not calling it. It will get called implicitly whenever you click on that radio button. So now we will create that radio button. Oh, sorry, that function. Okay? Def show. Now what we have to do inside it? If this is your variable in which the value is transferred. Yes or no, guys? Whenever you click on first radio button, its value, whatever value you have set, it's not necessary that value should be 1, 2, 3. You can give 10, 20, 30 also. So whichever radio button you click, its value will be copied in that variable, in this variable. So you check what has come in that variable. So in that variable, rbware dot get, okay, if it is 1, means you have clicked on rbware.get is returning 1, means you have clicked on first radio button. So I have to set happy image. I have to set, because actually we have done in this way, happy, neutral, sad. So happy image is to be given to that third label, LBL image. How do we set the properties of any widget later using config? See here, LBL image.config. Which property? Image equal to which one? img. First is happy only. Again, else if rbware.get, if it gives 2, then lbl image.config image equal to img neutral, and else lbl image.config image equal to img sad. Getting? So this function is checking what has come in our variable. So in my variable, if 1 has come, I'm changing the image of that label to img happy. 3 images I've loaded and kept in the memory. I just have to render them on the screen. I just have to display them on the screen. So I'm setting the image property of that label. How do you change the properties of any widget later? Not while creation. While creating also you set the properties. But later if you want to change the properties of any widget, you change it by config. Okay, so lbl image.config, which property you want to change? Image property. Give that image name. If rbware.get is 2, means you have clicked on second radio button, I'm changing it to img neutral, otherwise to img sad. Getting? And the value of this variable will change whenever you click on it. So whenever any radio button you click, its value is copied in that variable. And this function is called because you clicked it. Whenever you click, the function gets called. Okay? Somewhere mistake I've done. Means it is saying this loading you have done create it after creating the root widget. First you create your root widget and then you load it. Okay. But by default, that image was supposed to be visible. Default, that first image was supposed to be visible. Why? Because we have set it. No? This, what you can do is, because RB where equal to 1 I have set. So
So
as
we
the
are not
value,
calling initially. Is it like that?
what I'm not calling show.
No, yeah, that so while button press
Once,
only we are showing, but not at the loading time.
so that's what, once at least you have to call show. Like this you want to say. Before entering in the main loop, at least once. See, so now it is showing it. And then on the click of it, it is changing. Okay. Value is one, but it was not called. At least for the first time, once it is to be called. Because here it is called only when you click on it. Right? Or whenever you click on it. So can you check whenever you're clicking on the radio button, you can set the height or sample it to small size. It is okay. Getting? And that borders and all you can check. Here it is raised. If you don't give any border, it will be by default flat. Different are there. Groove. You can check for groove, ridge, sunken. But other we have tried. I guess sunken. Sunken means it is pressed inside. Groove also we saw today. You can see silver color outline is coming. I think you can give title also to that frames. No? You can give title. I think it is. Let's check. No, text is not. No text attribute. Okay. So this way radio buttons you can create. Right? So what we'll do is we'll take a pause here only because in one day what happens is lot of widget it becomes jumbling. Then list box and menu and all. Some few are remaining that will be finishing. And then we will start with Django pre. Yeah.
Okay,
So
sir.
for today you just try with this and try some other program. Like this is one program. You do it some another. Or try two different groups of radio button in one application. Like in one application, select your major subject and the minor subject. Like that. You can give one frame like this, in which give some four subjects as your major subject and another four here as minor. Like that. So any one from this and any one from this. And what is selected that should be displayed here. Your major subject and your minor subject is like that. Some combinations you can make. So if you're making group of this four, its variable is sync. And group of this four, its variable is different. So two variables you of that int var. And not necessarily every time variable is int var. It can be string var also. But then the value should be string. When you create, you have given value as 1, value 2, value 3. Then you have to give value equal to string. And that variable will be of type string then. Correct? See here. Here also I've called show smiley at least once. Okay? In this code also see before entering in the main loop, I call that show smiley. Font also of that review button you can change. You can set the font. So many facilities are there, but at least you have to explore on it. The basic things I can tell you, then some more exploration. Okay, another font is changed. Okay, so for today we will take only